What is the sexiest thing you have ever seen? I spent the night at my buddy's house. He still lived with his parents and sister. I was the first to get up in the morning, was hungry so I poured myself a bowl of cereal. I was sitting at the kitchen table and his older sister came in wearing a kind of short nightgown. We greeted each other. She was a real sweetie that I always crushed on. She said she was going to make coffee. When she reached up into the cabinet for the coffee, her nightgown came up over her perfect butt. She immediately said oops and dropped her arms. She turned around to see my deer in the headlights stare, my mouth half open. She laughed and went to get a robe. A couple of years later we hooked up. I found out she had a crush on her little brother's friend too. I told her how much that accidental view of her butt turned me on. She just smiled and said, "Do you really think that was an accident?" One time my BF was playing football with a bunch of his friends. It was shirts versus skins. He was the QB for the skins teams. Watching him play, his muscles rippling with effort, had me so wet I was dripping. Then when they took a break he came and sat next to me. The sight of him and the smell of his salty sweat was making me crazy with lust. When we got in his truck to leave I grabbed his penis the first chance I got. He said he couldn't wait to take a shower and get me in bed. I told him no shower. I wanted to take in all his sweaty hardness. We'll take a shower together after. My wife is absolutely beautiful. I love lingerie and heels, and when she gets all dolled up, nails, makeup, hair etc. So one day come home from work and there she is all dolled up. High heels, very sexy lingerie, garter belts, tits out, makeup, hair, nails, and all sorts of jewels and diamonds. Just drop dead gorgeous. I just lost my breath. Speechless I was. Dead in my tracks. She says nothing and walks across the room in those heels and drops to her knees and gives me a blowjob I will never forget. The best thing is that I did not ask for any of this. She just blew my mind. She is amazing. Seeing the boobs of my high school girlfriend the first time. We were sitting on a couch making out and she let me lift her top up. She wasn't wearing a bra and so these two adorable D cups popped out from under her shirt as I lifted it. Eye contact during intercourse. Face with heart-shaped eyes. Anytime my boyfriend is the submissive, I'm usually sexually submissive, so whenever he lets himself slip into that state it always blows me away. Every time without fail. There was one time recently where he let me tie his hands to our bed with his own belt and ride him. It was freaking mind-blowing. Smiling face with hearts, face with heart-shaped eyes. The Falcon rocket's landing in sync after Elon launched his car into space. I am 65 plus and this summer when working in the yard my neighbor's mother asked me a question across the fence. Generally no big deal. However, given my age I could not hear her very well, so we both moved closer to the fence. Well, there I see this 50-ish woman with no bra on and a thin white shirt on. I instantly got one so hard a cat couldn't scratch it. She obviously knew what she was doing to me and went on about how she had not showered yet. I still get had thinking about it. GF. Now wife. Early on always said she liked girls. Yeah right, so do I. I did believe her. I saw videotape evidence. But we were together now and good luck and me were never uttered in the same sentence. Year or so later, a small amount of liquid and chemical help and I've got live action lesbian adult video a foot from me with her face buried between another girl's legs. After finishing up she kisses me hard and deep, telling me it was my turn to make her come 20 years and lots of fun later. It's still a go-to in the spank bank. When my wife and I started dating a few years back she changed at my place in front of me like it was nothing. Body is still amazing to this day. Late to the party but I wanted to share mine. Met a girl on Tinder and things went well the first night. Second night she came back to my place and we fricked all night. She was insatiable. Begged for it again and again to the point of exhausting me. At one point, she ordered a steak from Uber Eats. She ate it in my bed, naked and with her hands. Hottest thing ever. One day on my way to the office, I sit in a lot of traffic. I get a webcam call from my wife. It's her in the shower with soap on her tits, just lathering then up and giggling having a good time. She's got huge boobs and I was instantly rock hard. Double meat, double cheese, at Dan's Hamburgers on North Lamar. I don't know why but this always stuck with me. I was at the strip club and this gorgeous girl, maybe 20, was dancing, doing her thing on the pole when another girl who isn't a stripper, also drop dead gorgeous, wearing tight blue jeans and a tank top, walks up on stage and kisses her. Then they start dancing slow and sensually, grinding, etc. At one point girl number 1 is on the ground while girl number 2 is grinding her. Still classy as hell. They both knew exactly how to move. Sexiest dancing I've ever seen and both looked so happy. They looked so into each other. This went on for a few minutes while unlimited money was thrown on stage for them. Had to have been well into the hundreds. The song ends and girl number 2 gives her one last kiss and walks off stage, without even grabbing a single dollar off the floor. Simple as that. Just a simple sexy selfless gesture while they had a bit of fun and made the stripper a bunch of money. Women supporting women. It's a powerful thing. Watching my now wife make out with 2 of her bridesmaids after our wedding shower, and then joining in a bit. I was playing on my PS4 minding my own business, when suddenly my now wife comes out of the bathroom wearing a gold dress and cat ears. I've always had a thing for cat girls. I remember how adorable she looked and I was already complimenting how hot she looked, and then it all changed so rapidly I was stunned. She did one 360 and I noticed something else. A cat tail that was not exactly on her clothes. Instant boner and needles to say, still in my memory to this day very vividly. Also awesome intercourse. My boyfriend has this look. His lip kinda does this think. I can't even describe it. But when he has that look I know he wants me. And just that look can get me really going because I know what will follow. My English teacher freshman year of college. She is so beautiful. And she was a grad student so she's close to my age. I follow her Instagram and it has made me realize how awesome of a person she is. She has gone through a lot of the same things I have and I can relate so much. So besides being hot she's also a good person. If you're taking English 101 at WVU you might have a great. A naked woman probably nears the top. I know it's a bit late but I have to share this. I am a med student in a Thessaloniki, Greece. Go out to a Greek music thing where lots of students hang out and a couple of girls get on the table next to me and start dancing this oriental rhythm. They look like twins. Maybe they are just sisters. Dunno. Both gorgeous. Both have long curly hair that cover their entire backs. And the dance is almost like they are making out. And mains for those that know. The whole place stood still for a while. No sound but the music. No one spoke. I know it wasn't just me. That was one sexy sight. Well, here we are at the end of the video. What question do you think we should cover next? Comment below. Also leave a like and maybe a sub. It will bring me joy if you sub.